Good evening, friends. Today we are discussing about solvency ratios. Solvency ratios tells about a firm whether it has a capability to pay to service interest part and total debt service. So here in solvency ratios there are two ratios. One is interest coverage ratio. Second one is debt service coverage ratio. So moving on to interest coverage ratio. Interest coverage ratio is profit before tax. That means before paying tax, profit of the particular firm, and depreciation of its assets plus interest part paid by that firm divided by interest. So interest coverage ratio is nothing but profit before tax, that means gross total profit, plus depreciation plus interest divided by total interest to be paid by the firm. So here only interest part. So interest coverage ratio discuss about interest part of that particular firm's debt. So ideally interest coverage ratio should be more than 1:1. Second ratio of solvency ratio is debt service coverage ratio. Debt service coverage ratio. This is nothing but net profit. In interest coverage ratio, profit before tax, that means gross profit. Here in debt service ratio, we need to take net profit. Net profit plus depreciation plus interest same divided by. So for interest in installment of term loan, I also added to the denominator part. So now debt service coverage ratio is nothing but net profit plus depreciation plus interest divided by installment of term loan, total term loan installment and interest. So this means total debt service. So here in the first ratio, interest coverage ratio, we need to take only interest part. Here in debt service coverage ratio, we need to take installment of term loan and interest part also. So in the denominator part. So here debt service coverage ratio tells the entire debt service capability of that particular firm, and ideally the ratio should be 1.10 to 1.30:1. That means if a firm's debt service coverage ratio is 1.30:1, that means it is ideally good firm, and its debt service coverage is very much good, and the capability of a particular firm is very well in paying off its debts. So solvency tells about the capability of a firm, whether it can meet debt service requirements or not. So if you are getting some knowledge related to IABF examinations, please like, share and subscribe this channel. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much.